place in the World Club Series if they win here and if they claim the League Leaders' Shield. It's St Helens against Warrington. We're live at Langtree Park on a balmy September evening. Right, this is the night Saints have waited for 6 years. League leadership brings silver and benefits. And this is the team that has the best home record in the competition. Mark Percival misses out, so Matt Dawson moves off the wing into the centre. Adam Swift plays for the first time in 4. Up front, Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook's try last week at Leeds put them back in the game. He won the man of the match vote. Jordan Turner continues at loose forward. He got tries in all 3 games against Warrington last year. On the bench, Mossy Massoy is there for the 9th game in a row. Sia Soliola is leaving at the end of the season. He's going out in style. Now Warrington. And Stefan Ratchford returns to the side, having missed last week's draw with Huddersfield. Winger Gene Ormsby's omitted, so Joel Monaghan moves out to the wing. Again, expect quite a tussle between him and Tom Makinson of the Saints, along with Morgan Escaray of Catalan Dragons. They top the try-scoring charts right now. Up front, Chris Hill got a try in the Magic Weekend win against the Saints in May. He also found his way across the line in the Wolves' first ever visit here in 2012. Simon Griggs at loose forward needs 2 tries for 50 with the Wolves. And on the bench, Roy Asatazi returns to the 17-man squad, having missed the last 2 matches. He's getting another chance to impress. Trent Waterhouse is dropped to the bench. I think by his own admission, he was a little bit below par, winning the League Leaders' Shield. And if they do claim the victory, or at least avoid defeat tonight, the Super League League Leaders' Shield, the first utility Super League League Leaders' Shield, will be presented on this pitch at the end of the match. They keep him out. Here comes the last tackle for Warrington. Oh, and a fumble by Michael Monaghan, but a penalty goes against St Helens. Offside.
Yeah, he reached round the side of the man playing the one. You can see McCarthy-Scarsbrook. Okay, he could complain that he couldn't stand in front because of the posts and the protectors.
Big moments here. Ratchford! And Ratchford's in for Warrington. Stefan Ratchford marks his comeback. He missed the draw last week with Huddersfield. The England international operating in the centres. He's just come up with his 8th try of the season. And the joining jack signal as well from Stefan Ratchford. Another very well-deserved charity.
Well, it looked as though Tommy Makinson had got that. It finished up in the arms of Ryan Atkins. This is where they get the penalty, no doubt about it. Getting round the thing, and the skill factor of Stefan Ratchford. Tony Smith, he'll be pleased that he's back on the field of play. Good dummy running as well. Great try, great response.
Stewart, I wonder who Stewart was penalised there for St Helens on the line. Was it McCarthy not standing square, or was it Wellens? Because Wellens looked like he had a foot on the line.
He did. McCarthy-Scarsbrook had his foot in front of the line. When he's that close to the goal line, they've got to be behind the line, and that's what the penalty would have been for.
Tremendous work, there wasn't it from Ratchford there. Moved the ball really wide and very, very crisp handling from left to right. But then as the St Helens line was scrambling and it lost the hips towards the sidelines, Ratchford just showed the dummy to his wingman, propped off his right foot and finished really well for a very good try. And now Eddie, can he make it into 6?
Well, that's what he's trying to do. He scored here in the Cup semi-final as well, of course, against the Rhinos. And Ratchford has missed it. So the Saints still ahead by 6 points to 4, but all the signs for a classic.
Yeah, we expected it, and when it comes to the business end, that was sheer quality by the centre, Stefan Ratchford. As I say, he's so capable, even against the strong defence from St Helens. Tony Smith, we're pleased with that. Perhaps a little bit disappointed they didn't have the extra 2 when it comes to late in this game. That could prove vital.
Well, last weekend we saw how crucial missed goal kicks can be at this late stage of the season. Remember, at Warrington, in with a chance of finishing second. They all are, from the, well, second down to 6th in the table. St Helens have got the League Leaders' Shield in their pocket if they win, and it's a big if.
Tell you what, Eddie, this has got the feel of a playoff game,
hasn't it?
It really has, with the speed, with the intensity and with the aggression.
Russell with a little scamper. gets the Warrington Wolves to halfway.
Good
This
work
is the
as
last
well.
tackle.
Sorry, Eddie. Good work by the fullback as well. Didn't often have seen Matty Russell come in and jump into the dummy half position. Just a little bit too long. Big night for this fella, Richie Myler as well. He knows he's got to take control. Now, this is a rule that really irritates me. I don't think there's any advantage to the team that's getting through, because if the defensive side just take their time, the referee will say you've got to get back the full 10.
It was the St Helens team, Steve-O. They didn't get back behind the 20-metre line. They could have gone if all the team had got back.
And so that's the reason that Makinson was pulled back. All the team in possession have to be behind the 20-metre line when the tap on the 20 is taken. This is Alex Walmsley. Roby and Kylie Moore. They've reached the last tackle, St Helens, still inside their own half. Jordan Turner. Are they running it again, the Saints? No, that's a kick. Oh, it's a kick by Wellens. It's ricocheted nicely for Jordan Turner. He hoofs it out to the left-hand side. Joel Monaghan gets there first. He is then tackled on the ground by Josh Jones, and Monaghan is hurt.
Well, he's put his body in between the on-rusher, and this is bravery. That's the way to do it. He might have got a little bit of a swinging arm, didn't he?
Little elbow in the side of the head there from Josh Jones. More than an elbow.
Yeah. The forearm certainly made contact with the experienced Joel Monaghan.
Is that a high tackle on the floor?
But it's contact with the head, isn't it? So, you know, it's still a high tackle if you like. No matter where the player is, you can't make contact with his head.
Should be a penalty. Should have been a penalty. He knows it. The crowd here knows it, and I'm sure you people back home.
Well, I'm sure a lot of the Warrington supporters will remember, really, that it was the head injury to Joel Monaghan that was perhaps the turning point in last year's grand final. They were in control, they had a lead, he was suddenly led from the field, and Wigan scored directly from the scrum and went on with it in the second half.
Yes, it was. And I don't know what the referee has just said there, Stuart. I just missed it. Did you pick it up? I think he's realised that there has been contact with the head, hasn't he?
Well, he said to Michael Monaghan that in the sliding tackle there was contact with the head. So this is probably a clue that he's going to give the penalty once the play is dealt with.
Well, I hope so. It should be.
Well, Joel Monaghan is so important to Warrington. He needs 2 tries for 100 with the club in Super League. And the referee wants a word with Josh Jones and Paul Wellens. Josh Jones is just apologising.
I know it's a sliding tackle, mate, but there's contact on the head, so I'm going to give him a penalty.
Well, I thought the fact that Wellens was in close attendance, that might have gone on report, but obviously not.
I think he was just a second mark and happened to be around, and they like to
hanging
be
around
part
with
of it,
intent.
yes.
What do they say? Loitering with intent.
Yeah, but the officials should see that. And I know that we have the advantage of the slow motion, replay, etc. and so forth, but you could see the swinging arm when it was going through, and he won't get a pat on the back either from his coach Nathan Brown. You know, it was a good play right down into the corner, got the kick away, and they should have been applying the pressure. Now it's Warrington that's going to try to get in the opposition half.
With Chris Hill here, who will carry the battle over the halfway line. Moore and Roby, the men to bring him down. He gets up. It's a quick play, the ball to Michael Monaghan. Just what Monaghan required.
He did well there, because if he'd offloaded, the man had gone in front of him, it would have been a forward pass.
Gareth O'Brien to Laithwaite. He's seen a hole as Laithwaite. It was important the Masoi got there to him with Louis McCarthy. O'Brien's kick into the in-goal area, collected by Makinson. Makinson is taken over the dead ball line by Rhys Evans.
Not surprisingly.
Applause from Tony Smith.
Yeah, and fully deserved as well. Gareth O'Brien, slowly but surely, is getting so much confidence. He's taking control of the game already.
I don't think Coach Tony Smith was just applauding the kick, though, Steve. I thought the whole set was exceptional. They went into that middle channel, they played very, very quick. It was very simple, but it was very up-tempo, and it got the St Helens defence on the back foot and allowed such a good finish as that to get a repeat set.
That's what it's all about tonight. If Saints win or avoid defeat, they take that, they keep that here in the Langtree Park Trophy cabinet. Castleford, of course, will be cheering Warrington Wolves home if they possibly can. They've got Wakefield at home, and then the Castleford Tigers go to Catalan on Saturday week, and that's a match you'll be able to see with us live here on Sky Sports. It will be very interesting if Castleford have to win there to claim that particular piece of silverware. Myler's kick over the top is watched all the way by Adam Swift, and here he comes with the response.
Great run, but even better positional sense by Swift. Anticipated the kick from Myler superbly. Oh, that's great defence. It's not easy to stop this big fella.
Masoi to his feet. Actually, he's come on as a very early replacement, hasn't he, for Alex Walmsley?
Yeah, after 10 minutes it was, and I think they're feeling the sort of the emotion as well as the intensity of this game. But I'm with Steve, that's pretty good Warrington defence as well. It's restricting this yardage work from the Saints forwards.
A little bit of a high shot, I thought, from Harrison. Nice inside pass, but that was good, wasn't it? Monaghan right down the ankles.
Roby from dummy half with the kick, looking for the sideline, finds the sideline.
Brilliant. Well, we said before the game that it was going to be important that both these sides last week were very, very poor in the kicking department, but they've got it sorted out tonight.
Where are you, Steve-O, in the argument? And this is the... Well, nothing wrong with it, as it turned out. That was the alleged high tackle. I was just going to ask you, Steve-O, where are you with the argument that Nathan Brown has begun about the number 9 role for England in the Four Nations? He has advised Steve McNamara to leave Darrell Clark alone and look at James Roby and look at Michael McAlorum of Wigan. Where are you on that argument?
Do you think that Mr. McNamara will take any notice of Nathan Brown at all?
He might take notice of you, which is why I'm asking you the question.
Look, Nathan Brown has to look after it. He's not going to say that Clark is the best hooker and should be playing for Great Britain, or England, should I say, when he's got his own hooker, James Roby, classified as the best in the world.
I'll ask you once more, you sound like a politician and I sound like a politician's interviewer. Where do you stand on the argument?
I've just told you he shouldn't have said it, but he won't take any notice.
Here is Michael Monaghan. Oh, looping pass to Gareth O'Brien. Simon Griggs, Laithwaite, they keep the movement going. It wasn't forward. The Saints supporters screaming for forward. It wasn't. This is Atkins. O'Brien. O'Brien to Laithwaite again. Atkins. 30 metres away. O'Brien hoists the kick high.
It's a good one too.
McDonald's underneath it. Pretty safe. Oh, that's great stuff though from Warrington. That's a great barge to trap him in goal.
A very important high bomb as well.
Should hell not have been called when St Helens players start to lend weight?
Well, there's a player in there who's lending weight, but he's over the line anyway at that point. So I think the outcome is probably the right one.
When Paul Wellens,
Wigan leads Friday, that's tomorrow, 7:30, Sky Sports 1, the big 1-5. Look what's coming for you next week. Wigan, Warrington, this time next week, Sky Sports 1, 7:30. The top 6 might be sorted out next weekend. Huddersfield Saints. Would Saints need the win there or the draw there to pick up the League Leaders Shield? That's Friday. And Castleford might come through on the rails. That's on Saturday, 5 minutes to 5 on Sky Sports 3. The top 6, we've got it covered. The best race in years. We're at the penultimate weekend and nobody knows where anyone's finishing. We know where Matty Russell's aiming, and that was at the try line. McDonald and Alonso higher with the tackle. Here is O'Brien, finds Laithwaite short, and Laithwaite is pushed back into the field of play.
Brilliant defence yet again.
Michael Monaghan, Gareth O'Brien, short ball.
That looked forward.
Not to the referee, it didn't. This is the last tackle. Griggs will get to his feet, will play the ball to Michael Monaghan. He will then give it to O'Brien, drops it on the toe, and Warrington are going to get another set of 6.
Good work by Matt Dawson. They had the numbers through. Warrington fans happy with that, and why not? O'Brien, another perfect kick through. It really is teasing this St Helens defence.
It's good pressure rugby league, isn't it, Steve-O? They really are ramping up the pressure. They're playing field position, they're camping on the Saints line. But all credits to the Saints as well, because their online defence is very, very good indeed. But at some stage, if you keep having to defend on your own line, you're going to crack.
We're not far away from the playoffs. We have the race for the playoffs, then we have the race for Old Trafford, and the glorious night when Super League 19 comes to an end. The grand final itself, Saturday, October the 11th, 6 o'clock kickoff. Phone number there, website there if you need any information about the biggest night of the Super League year.
Well, we talk about this St Helens defence being pretty strong at the moment, but they're very slow to get out of the blocks. They're allowing Warrington to control things. Oh, you can't let this guy move.
Oh, it's a great ball to Myler and a great tackle low down by Roby. Michael Monaghan again. Here is O'Brien. O'Brien goes short with the pass again. Oh, there's a problem here for Griggs. He has creased in agony. Oh, look at his ankle. Oh, look at his butt, his leg. Oh, dear, dear, dear. There is a major problem here for Simon Griggs. This will be a long stoppage.
Yeah. He couldn't turn his body. The leg just stood there. Oh, dearie me. You're right, Eddie. You could see that there was real damage done.
Well, the squeamish amongst you won't want to see this again.
Well, he threw himself, didn't he, at the line?
I don't think Simon Griggs will want to see it either.
No, he won't, and we don't need to see it really again. But all we know, there was some bravery, really. He ran, didn't he? But St Helens' commitment here to hold out on the try line. I've said before the game that from round 20, they've really upped their efforts in defence. They've taken greater pride in defending the line. You see Tony Smith now, he has to do some rejigging. Players and personnel. He does have a very flexible squad, and St Helens holding back, but you can see he gets awkwardly twisted under one or two of the opponents. And now they're just preparing a leg brace to stabilise that injury and take him safely from the
It's
field.
just one of the awful accidents that happens in this match. This high collision, high contact, speed-filled sport.
And you called it, it's a collision sport.
Yeah.
It's not a contact sport, it's a collision sport. But, you know, all credit as well to the medical people. I mean, they were on there like a flash. And it's the best medical attention that these athletes can possibly get that they're given.
The sad thing about it is that the way that his ankle twisted, but on top of that, the pressure that would have been applied also to the knee. So this could be a double problem. And there seems a bit of a problem.
Well, let's take a look at rather than the injury again, let's take a look at the tries that we've had scored here tonight already, and there've been two belters.
Yeah, superb stuff, and the pass from Wellens was outstanding. Fullback McDonald came in wonderful, read it perfectly, and then the step, the ability, and the dummy. Oh, that was top, out of the top drawer.
Well, St Helens have witnessed another serious leg injury on this ground. Luke Walsh, in the same half of the field, actually suffered a very, very serious lower leg injury, and St Helens players witnessed a similar episode here where he was led from the field. But the good news is, apparently for the Saints supporters and for Luke Walsh, is that the operation's gone well and he's started to recover. We expect him to make a recovery, and I'm sure it'll be exactly the same for Simon Griggs when that eventually comes round.
Well, let's hope so. Simon Griggs, the Irish international, he needed a couple of tries for 50 with Warrington as he began tonight. Let's go down to the sideline and Bill.
Phil's talking about Luke Walsh, who is actually sitting in the Saints dugouts, and I don't think he can bear to look at the moment because this is just so reminiscent of what he went through, and he knows exactly the situation that Griggs is facing. There he is in the baseball cap, and he thankfully is on his way back, but it's a hard road, as he will testify.
Yes,
I think the
positive
aspect, though, really now, medical science has improved to such an extent that serious injuries from 20 and 30 years ago, people are now recovering from within 12 months. There's a great deal of hard work and rehabilitation. But the doctors now who take care of the leading athletes in this country are some of the best in the world, and I'm sure he'll get that attention. I'm very confident. At some point next season we'll see him back at his very best playing for the Warrington Wolves.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt in anybody's mind up here that is a season-ending injury for Simon Griggs. Of course, none of us are medical people. We'll have to await confirmation of that from the experts down below, but that looked really, really serious. Anyway, on with the game. That's the way it is And O'Brien hoists the kick to the in-goal area, looking for Monaghan, and it's claimed by Adam Swift. Now he can get a quick tap here because all of Saints are behind the 20, and he makes 12, 13. Oh, don't pick him up, don't pick him up.
Well, they did. That should be a penalty. Well,
the referee said they put him down safely.
Oh, great, but
his legs are up in the air, but his body is still horizontal. You know, they don't want to invert him, and that's why he's got away with it.
Well, this is a zero tackle. This is a free play for Warrington. They hang on, and that is the zero tackle. Then as Ratchford goes down, here comes Ben Harrison.
Big mistake by the big fella. Masai, that really will put them under so much pressure now.
Waterhouse is out there, obviously, for Simon Griggs.
Keep your eye on Matty Russell. He's calling the tune. He's coming on the second page. No, they've gone the other way.
They have, because they found Westwood, and now they found Harrison. And it's 3 men in the tackle on Ben Harrison. Down he goes on tackle number 3. But they're only 5 metres away, as you can see, from that St Helens line. Michael Monaghan! Oh, what a try! Brilliant from Monaghan. He fooled everybody. He fooled everybody in that St Helens defence. And Michael Monaghan feigned to go left with a pass, dropped the shoulder, went round the man as though he wasn't there. A stroll in for Michael Monaghan. Last season in Super League for this fellow. A tremendous acquisition when Warrington got him. Boy, they'll miss him next year. I know they've got Darrell Clark coming, but Monaghan is a class act.
You're right there, Eddie. The last time I saw a dummy like that was in a chemist. It was absolutely out of the top drawer. Brilliant, sensational. We know what quality this man's got.
Yeah, and it all came about because of the pressure that Warrington had exerted on this St Helens line. And I was like you, Steve, I was looking for where the ball was going, the shape of the attack and everything, and that's exactly what the St Helens defence were doing. And Monaghan just showed that ball and virtually walked over the goal line. What a tremendous player that guy is, I'll tell you. I mean, some Super-League coach somewhere must be contemplating trying to talk him out of retirement. He's exceptional.
Well, he has said that there is no going back. He said that with us, I think, last week, immediately after his performance against Huddersfield when he got the Man of the Match award. And he was asked, if I remember rightly, is there any chance? And his answer was categoric, no. But you're right, he could do a hell of a job for somebody. Ratchford adds the extras. Warrington have built a lead. Trail 6-0, it's now 10-6, the Wolves.
It's brilliant to see a hooker with so much control. Tony Smith will be happy, Nathan Brown won't be. Oh, look at that. Outstanding.
You tend to see in a game rugby league that possession gets shared 50-50. Both teams get the ball for 6 tackles. But in that opening quarter, it's been heavily in favour of Warrington. In fact, they've had twice as much of the ball, Eddie, as St Helens. And that's reflected, I think, particularly in that last try. Fatigue had started to set in. Excellent kicks got them the goal line dropouts. There was some great skill involved here. You can see they've made twice as many metres because they've had twice as much possession. You'd expect them to be ahead by perhaps a little bit more than what they currently are right now.
Yeah, but you could also take into account St Helens. Remember, they gave away the penalty when the swinging arm, Josh Jones, gave them 40 metres upfield. Then on the first tackle, Mossy Masoi, he drops the ball. You can't afford to do that against Warrington. They're too good a side.
Stephen Ratchford from dummy half. Midway through this first 40 minutes. Oh dear.
Not having his best night, is he?
Tommy Makinson. I think he could see the try on at the other end beckoning after he took that, but he didn't take it. Drops it. And St Helens are under pressure again.
Yeah, it's a basic header, that one. That's a stone cold soft header, is that one. You can understand Masou, Steve, you referred to earlier. That was under pressure from an on-rushing Warrington defence, but there, that was a stone cold simple catch that Makinson spilled, and it really does put his St Helens teammates under even greater pressure that the Warrington Wolves are exerting.
Well, they're after a third Old Trafford Grand Final in a row, Warrington Wolves. Some more running repairs being checked out. Louis McCarthy, Scarsbrook. Recent form suggests that it's a remote possibility. They fought back, though, last week from 23-4 down to claim the draw against Huddersfield But they've only won 2 of their last 6 matches in the League and Cup, Warrington, but they're playing well tonight.
Yeah, they're a bit shaky in the opening 10 minutes.
And they get a penalty at the scrum, differential penalty.
I'd go for the 2 here.
They can't, Steve.
Oh, sorry, I forgot, yeah. I'm going back to the good old days. Well, some are bad old days as well.
Okay, Michael, come on, mate. Let's go.
Here's Chris Hill on the drive. Push back almost. Well, a couple of metres.
Well, the one thing is that Saints won't be taking any more dummies from Michael Monaghan. They'll make sure that the first and second markers are pretty keen.
That's a solid run from Trent Waterhouse. Monaghan again gets it to Myler. Myler then finds O'Brien. O'Brien! Well, there's a dummy from O'Brien, and that fool Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook. Well, they're taking more dummy Saints defenders than a 2-year-old tonight. Gareth O'Brien over for the try. Included 7 on loan did his CV at St Helens here.
And again, they paid the price. Silly error. Tommy Makinson under no pressure whatsoever. They weren't going to take the dummy from Michael Monaghan, but they were going to have to take it from Gareth O'Brien. Oh, they are in all sorts of trouble, St Helens.
And it's possession, it's the weight of possession that's absolutely killing them. But that's a quality try there. Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook normally defends in the middle forward as a core defender. He's on an edge there. He got outside McCarthy-Scarsbrook, showed the ball. Ohio slid out, and that's the gap O'Brien went through. That was an instinctive play there, and a quality instinctive play from the young halfback.
Did you see the face on Paul Wellens?
Yeah, and remember, at the Magic Weekend, he was furious. He might even be more furious tonight. But you got to look at the fact, Gareth O'Brien, Louis McCarthy-Scarsbrook is such a huge man, and the way that O'Brien just fended him off as though he was a fly.
Tries in the last 3 for Gareth O'Brien now. Stephen Ratchford to try and add 2 more points to the total, which he does. It's a great kick. So 6-0 down, 16-6 Warrington lead, and suddenly St Helens don't even have a fingernail on the league leader shield.
Yeah, well, we're all getting excited when Shannon MacDonald scored a beautiful try. This is beautiful dummy, but the handoff.
He's quick, isn't he, Mike? He has speed, and if you've got fast players who are prepared to take on defenders in the middle of the field, they've got a chance. Shown good confidence, hasn't he, there, to take the ball on, take the line on, and go up with a try. St Helens, they certainly need possession. I'll be fascinated the next time they get it, and the next time Mossy Masoi makes a run, because Warrington seem to put an invisible target on him. Whenever he gets near the ball, they're rushing up quickly. We saw the mistake he made last time. I'm sure they're going to get there and close on him pretty quick soon.
Chris Hill, 30 metres from his own line, will play the ball to Michael Monaghan. Michael Monaghan gets a great ball away. And here is Waterhouse. He's got Myler. Is Myler quick enough? Joel Monaghan is. Monaghan over under the sticks for Warrington. He takes the lead in the league of try scorers. There's Joel Monaghan, but more importantly, he is pushing Saints away from that shield. And I can hear the cheers from Castleford. Monaghan over with the try underneath the sticks. And the Saints fans are not too impressed. And Michael Monaghan was clattered in the build-up to that try. His pass put Waterhouse through the gap. And there was Monaghan on the end of Myler's pass. And he goes to the top of the try-scoring charts, and Warrington at top of the class.
Yeah, he put his brave face on there, didn't he, Michael Monaghan, because he had to suck in the player. Waterhouse took it. Myler back on the inside. And it could be all gloom and doom, because that was a pretty late hit.
Well, it's tremendous work, though, isn't it, by the Warrington Wolves? And I think they've worked this middle channel of St Helens really over. They've already replaced Alex Walmsley. Mossy Masoi looks tired. Willie Manu's out there. Sia Soliola is trying to get troops out there, is Nathan Brown, to get some energy in that middle channel, because Warrington are absolutely destroying them down that channel with the sensational play from Michael Monaghan.
Michael Monaghan is still receiving treatment behind all of this as Stephen Ratchford lines up the conversion attempt.
I think that's the reason, Eddie, why Michael Monaghan wants to retire.
I was about to say exactly that.
I think he values the next 50 years of his life.
Ratchford adds the extras. Warrington now 22-6 up. And this is the moment when Monaghan got a clattering. Well, he actually ran, didn't he, into Soliola, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't think it's late. I think he's committed. I'm not sure where the contact was, though. You know, it's certainly not late.
Well, it's always a huge risk when you suck a man in like that so that you can offload at the very last moment. You put yourself as a big target.
That shows, Steve, how brave these small men are when they really play at the line, because they're committing big men to defensive shots.
But it was a superb pass, and Waterhouse strode his way through.
Well, it must be like the casualty ward for Warrington. Bill's on the case.
Yeah, Simon Griggs will be on his way to hospital very shortly. Paramedics down below here are just attending to him at the moment, and it looks very much like a broken leg. Double break is a possibility for Griggs, who really does not have that much luck with injuries. He's had a wretched time in the last few seasons, and it hit him again. Talking of hit, Michael Monaghan got a fair clout there, but he is one tough cookie. He's off the field. That man, Mickey Hine, on in his place. But Michael Monaghan will be back, that's for sure.
Outside.
O'Brien with a long kick downfield. This time it's pouched safely by Shannon McDonnell. But a great chase from Warrington.
That rather surprised me that Warrington went to select the fullback McDonnell rather than put more pressure on Tommy Makinson. Remember, poor old Makinson's come up with 2 errors from the kick.
And another interchange there. We see Vassal come off and Alex Walmsley return into the fray, because they really are fatigued in that middle channel, the St. Helens team.
Here, Warrington are beating them up down the middle, aren't they? There's no question of that. Roby will play it to McCarthy Scarsbrook. There is Lance O'Hire, Jordan Turner, Sia Soliola, Asatazi all over him.
Saints have got to respect a little bit of possession. It's something that they've failed to have. Not a back kick into the corner.
No, look where Matty Russell will have to work this ball away from, and look at the chase that's arriving. Josh Jones, Paul Wellens. He gets past Wellens, he doesn't get past Jones.
Did well to hang on to that, Matty Russell. You can see the ball high over Jones's shoulder. Walmsley, be careful. Looks as though the big fellow was trying to strip it.
Rhys Evans. Rhys Evans has had a good season for Warrington. He left the field late on last week, attempting to try in the corner. A face plough into the ground is the way that Tony Smith, the Warrington coach, described it. And luckily, Rhys Evans is A-OK to carry on tonight. Did everything in training, passed all the tests.
Isn't it amazing? You know, Tony Smith must really think that he's blessed with the fact that, you know, they've lost the likes of Michael Monaghan. They can just bring out onto the field of play Mickey Hine. Now, it's important Saints get some sort of positional play here. It's been ages since they've thrown any good attack. Due to the fact they haven't kept hold of the ball, and they've done it again.
Oh, it's a steal this time. It's a steal. It's a penalty to St. Helens. And listen to the cheers from the crowd.
Well, the one thing this is going to give them is that it's stolen, isn't it, Richard Myler? But anyway, the one thing it's going to give them is possession inside the opposition half, and that has been something which in half an hour of play has been totally in favour of the Warrington Wolves.
Was that one-on-one, Stuart?
It was very close, and Ben Westwood has come in just as the ball's come out. You know, it's a fraction of a second that well, it's the touch judge in this case has ruled on. It's come from Joe Cobb that the ball was stolen on that case.
There's a problem as well for the second row of Ben Westwood. In that little bit of a fracas there, it looked perhaps as though he may have twisted the ankle.
You know, we've been playing for 30 minutes now. St. Helens have not played the ball inside the opposition 20 metres. Just look at the difference in terms of the halves. They've not had the ball close to Warrington's try line. I know they've scored one try, but this is amazing. Very rarely will a team go half an hour without getting close to the opponent's scoring zone.
Well, they're inside the Warrington half now on the back of their first penalty of this match. This is Alex Walmsley, and he drives it into the 30-metre line. 3 tackles gone, though. Warrington blistering in attack, now have to be solid in defence. And Wellens gets a great ball away to Willie Manu. Oh, and Willie Manu went past Matty Russell, and Willie Manu scores a try underneath the posts. Well, he hasn't started the game since the win at Castleford in April. Willie Mano, the Tongan international, that's only his second try of the campaign.
Well, it came about by Myler. You can see Westwood gets to it, and this, I think, where Westwood is, I don't know, something wrong with the leg, but he walked straight off. He knew that he wasn't going to be right. It looks innocuous there, but this is a good play. Great stuff. Wellens again with that perfect pass. And what about the step? Oh!
Exquisite, Steve. Was it absolutely exquisite? But I love this pass from Paul Wellens. I'll tell you what, somebody needs to coach around the coaching staff, because he can play fullback, he can play scrum half, he can play hook, and he can play loose forward. It'd be a great mentor to young players. What absolute quality that was, with the pass right at the line that allowed Mano to do the soft shoe shuffle and get under the post.
Mano's try, Makinson's conversion. Suddenly the Saints are back in the hunt. 22 points to 12 in Warrington's favour.
And boy, did they need it. With good quality. But that pass delayed to perfection by the old stager, and Mano showed the foot skills.
So it looked in danger of running away from them, the Saints, but now the gap is only 10 points, and we have 7.5 minutes to half-time. And here comes Alex Walmsley.
Good determined run as well, but Mickey Hyam underneath, right round the ankles.
Here's Sia Soliola. Let's go back down to Bill.
Yeah, the latest casualty for the Warrington Wolves, following Michael Monaghan going off the field into big miss. Obviously, in the build-up to that try, Ben Westwood picked up a knock. It looked like a leg injury. There is Michael Monaghan. Remember, Warrington were 23-6 down against Huddersfield last week, came back and ended in a draw. We're going to have that sort of night again.
Looks like it, doesn't it? This is a knock-on, though, by Jordan Turner.
Well, Lancer Hire should never really have offloaded that. You could see that Turner had gone past him, and he tried the impossible, which was to push the ball forward. It would have been a forward pass anyway.
It was very much a high-risk play, wasn't it, Steve-O? And it's obvious what St Helens need to do. They need to get up into the Warrington half and get some possession there.
Yet they have turned it over in their own half, and every time they've done that so far, Warrington have put that scoreboard clicking over yet again.
Rhys Evans takes tackle number 1 this latest set of 6. Mickey Hyam, O'Brien, Asatazi. Hardly set the world alight, Asatazi, in his first season in the Super League, but getting another chance here to impress as the playoffs arrive. O'Brien was hit a bit late then by Soliola. Referee says play on, because here is Mickey Hyam. Walmsley's all over him, not standing square. Penalty goes against the Saints.
Now then, will he take the 2?
No, the coach has just said run it on.
Run it.
Let's
okay.
run it.
And I think it's dead right, because they really have St Helens under pressure, and they really are playing very quickly. I just think the ruck speed's too quick for St Helens at the minute.
Chris Hill, big man, takes the first drive in. It's a massive penalty count, I think, in Warrington's favour. Can they make this one pay? O'Brien to Atkins. Atkins wide. Forward anyway.
Yeah, it was always
forward
going
anyway,
forward.
and Rhys Evans just couldn't pick it up off his ankles.
Well, Tony Smith, I know he likes for his side to be adventurous. Ryan Atkins just kept control of it. Didn't get the full expression, but I think we can all anticipate
Well, they've got
what he was thinking.
You've got all 13 St Helens players who've come together there to celebrate that try-saving defence. They recognise there, you see Ben Westwood. Doesn't look like he might be back on the field for a while, but St Helens recognise that that was a key, pivotal moment in this match to prevent a score from Warrington. They have to get back up now to the other end. They've shown they can put the points on, they just haven't been the reporters half often enough.
You know, Phil, I think Ben Westwood, I was watching them warming up. Penalty there to St Helens, and they'll be grateful for that. I think it was a high shot. But I was watching Warrington warm up, and I think Ben Westwood was carrying that the injury into the game. No doubt about that for a penalty.
Yeah, the throttle. The impact first was okay, and then it was the throttle tackle here by Trent Waterhouse. Well, it's been a real yo-yo affair.
It has, and there's some talent sitting in the stands at the moment for Warrington. Michael Monaghan, Ben Westwood, Ben Harrison. All off the field. And of course Simon Griggs on his way to hospital with a badly broken leg. So not been the best of nights, but the scoreline is something to savour with 4 to go to half-time. But St Helens looking to redress the balance a little. Louis McCarthy, Scarsbrook, important defensive tackle by Atkins. Roby, Ohio, short ball, dropped it. Rhys Evans will pick it up. Rhys Evans will pick it up. It's a free play.
It's a knock-on.
They bring them back.
Yeah. You're running out of steam. It's not going to be a try. He definitely got his hand to it. Head and feet to Saints here. He knew it.
They didn't.
They're a bit upset.
It was worth a chance, wasn't it?
There's the fingertip.
Isn't it McDonald's first knock-on?
2 knock-ons there. There was no advantage there. So it should be Warrington's head and feet.
Did he get a touch? McDonald?
Or was it back off McDonald?
It's touch and go. We'll have to wait and see what James Child thinks.
St Helens scrum, I've just heard him say.
Well, it's deemed that McDonald, if he did touch it, it was going backwards and not forwards. Oh, golden opportunity now for the home side. This is in slow motion. I think you'd have to say that it was going behind him.
Well, it went off his arm onto his shoulder, then it went forward, so that's still a knock-on. So it should have been Warrington's head and feet.
Well, surely he can't change his mind now. He's set the scrum down.
Well, the original call came from the touch judge, so he should be deciding whose head and feet it is. And that's the right decision. Process might not be that good, but the decision's correct.
Well, he read it one way. The touch judge gave him the original call, you say?
The original call came from the touch judge. James Shaw was playing on. From his view, he couldn't see anything through the players. So the touch judge should be the right person to come and say who knocked on first.
You know what, that makes it very hard in amateur and schoolball games to teach people to play to the referee's whistle, because now we're just challenge it all the time, don't we? It is an issue that the game needs to deal with.
You're right, Phil. And
well, 2 referees might sort it next year, do you think?
I don't know, because we're always grown. When you start to play the game, you're taught, listen, accept the referee's decision, he won't change his mind, but at the moment, the evidence contradicts that.
Well, we got there in the end, is the best we can say. It's a bit like a player coming in with a leg tackle. He got there as quick as he could. Well, the referee got to the right decision as quick as he could. And you see, apart from anything else, the crowd are on the back of James Child.
Well, the touch judge has got this.
Well, he's spot on too.
Yeah, and I don't mind if a touch judge gets it right. And there we see disconsolate Ben Westwood.
Yeah, he looks a bit fed up, doesn't he, Benny?
Well, I think he knows he can't go back on. He limped off very, very quickly.
Well, win, lose or draw this tonight, this could be an expensive evening for Warrington.
When I say he limped off quickly, he was eager to get off. He limped off quite slowly.
Limped slowly, but yeah, very quickly.
Very quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Victor Sylvester is your middle names, I suppose. Slow, slow, quick, slow.
And while we're at it, what did you think of Nathan Brown's comment about Darrell Clark?
Well, I'm not paid to have an opinion. And that's what I was after you to give us, your opinion on the comment, not whether Nathan Brown had the right to make a comment or not. But it's gone now.
I'll start with Roby and have Clark on the bench.
Not McIlaurin then.
Start with McIlaurin and have Clark on the bench, but Clark's got to come off the bench because he changes games when he does that.
John Keir said that. At least he didn't sit on the fence. Roby to Turner. Wellens to Josh Jones.
Good tackle there by Richie Myler. Line side.
Wellens off the outside of the boot. Mopped up by James Laithwaite. Good chase by Jordan Turner.
And a good call by the second rower. Looked as though the full-back was going to go for it. Laithwaite said, it's mine, it's mine.
Saints are hunting something here. Looking for the mistake as we approach half-time. Solid enough run. Eamon McManus, the St Helens chairman, would like nothing better to have a piece of silverware to show off at this magnificent stadium that he has built. Well, not personally, but you know what I mean. It's not the house that Eamon built. But it does stand, I think I'm right in saying, on McManus Drive.
Yeah, when you get
And
a street,
rightly so.
when you get a street or a road or a drive named after you,
No.
I think you've
Oh,
got
this is a kick. This is a 40-20 possibility. It's better than that. It's a goal line dropout.
He did well, Swift. He knew that don't take it out. That'll be the scrum down. So get to it.
I think he was trying to stay in the field, wasn't he?
Well, he was trying, yeah, but at least he's come off better. At least they can kick the ball 40 metres upfield now.
Well, they'll use the 40 seconds, I'll tell you, Steve, getting behind the line. And by the time they've drop kicked it to the halfway line, you've got a couple of tackles in midfield. So
Is to call time off, John?
Yeah, but you can see that the clock is ticking down.
Did you call for one of your one-pointers here, Mike?
I don't think you have to.
Yeah, once the touches are in position, the referee will automatically call time off, so there's no chance of teams running the clock down.
We stopped it now with a second further forward on it. It's called them back for some reason. Wants it taking again.
Okay, mate, yeah.
Was somebody not over the goal line? Was that what it was?
it was, yeah, Louis McArthur-Scarsbrook still getting back behind the goal line. It's certainly taking its toll on some of these St Helens forward as the weight of possession of the Warrington Wolves.
Go.
Here come Warrington with Hyam. He gets it away to Asatazi. Important tackle by Roby, who was on his back. Joel Monaghan. Here is Waterhouse. Saints swarming round the ball carrier. They've got 20 seconds remaining in this first half. That could have been a penalty, messing about on the ground. Back it comes to Myler. Drop goal attempt from Myler. He's kicked it as Richie Myler. Well, so close to half-time. The view obviously was, we're down here, let's go back and into the half-time dressing rooms with something under our belts. And there is the loudest siren in Super League. Myler with smiles on his face because he's kicked a one-point drop goal that just increases the Warrington tally a little bit and increases the challenge on St Helens in the second half. 6-0 the Saints led. It seemed in the blink of an eye it was 22-6 to Warrington. Manu's try breathed life into them. Then the Myler drop goal, 23-12 at half-time.
Has he got downward pressure?
I think so.
Sky Sports, your home of sport. Whenever you want, wherever you are.
Growing and pressing 1 billion British cider apples. It's bittersweet by nature.
Why you park on top of giant hill? Ah, the jeep! Sergey, monkeys, please. For your limited edition Safari OLED toy, get car or home insurance or switch the energy. So compare the market.com. Simples.
An object of value has arrived in the city.
I'm already there.
The wine in front of you today is Casiero del Diablo.
Don Melchor's finest wines started disappearing.
To keep the thieves away, he spread word that the devil lived in his cellar.
Who are you?
It's awake.
The Big BT Summer Sale is now on. Get our lowest ever price on BT Infinity Fibre Optic Broadband plus unlimited UK weekend calls. It's £5 a month for the first 6 months and £15 a month after that. It's so good that 9 out of 10 BT Infinity customers would recommend it to friends and family. Don't miss out on the Big BT Summer Sale. Call today on 0800 500 289.
We've got a connection. I feel what's going on. How much do you reckon this huge Burger King meal would cost?
£6.
£3.79. I'm going to give you a burger right now. That's fresh.
Try the new Big King, King Chicken or King Wrap with a regular fries and drink for only $3.79 every day on our King Deals menu.
Boom, boom. That was called?
Burger King.
The Trainline.com app can save you 43% on average on train tickets. But it can't save you from the afflictions of Granny's Little Precious. It can't save you if you get locked out of your car on match day. Or from one of those IT problems. And obviously it's not going to save you from the jump from 10,000 feet without a parachute. The Trainline.com app. Brilliant for train stuff. Rubbish for anything else.
You weren't born to do things by halves. Neither were we. That's why the all-new Jeep Cherokee has the largest touchscreen in its class.
Churchill, your services are no longer required.
I want the last name they curse to be Roosevelt.
This is just the beginning.
The day will come which restores one right.
We shall defend our island, whatever the cost may be. We shall never surrender.
Has he got downward pressure? I think so.
A real struggle for St Helens here to claim that point that would mean that they won the League Leaders' Shield. The Warrington Wolves ahead 23 points to 12. Top of the table, of course, would afford them home playoff games all the way to Old Trafford, so long as they continue to win them, and a place in next year's World Club Series. That would then be guaranteed. Warrington playing really well. A run of 10 in a row was ended at Widnes in July. Confidence has drained away a bit since, but not tonight. Great game. John Wells, Brian Carney.
Yeah, thanks very much, Eddie. Very exciting game, and a good game if you're Warrington Wolves fans. They have got injuries. We started pre-game talking about the halves, and we're going to start and finish our analysis with the halves as well. John, look at their kicking game in particular. It stood out. Their clearing kicks were very poor, while their attacking kicks seem to be quite good.
Yeah, the clearing kicks in particular have been an issue for Warrington all first half. I mean, they struggle to find green space. They seem to be kicking directly to Saints players much of the first half. I mean, even when they had time to make the kicks, this was probably the worst of them. This led to the first try. When you're starting a defensive set in the first 10 minutes of the game, pretty much in your own half, you're asking for trouble. And Saints, although they didn't have many opportunities down this end of the field, did make them count, and that's why I think this is not a done deal as a game by a long stretch.
Now that the opening try, of course, then Warrington Wolves hit back through Stephen Ratchford. Now, you've looked at this very closely and found out a brilliant, well, not if you're a St Helens fan, but you're explaining brilliantly why they conceded the next try.
It's a cardinal sin. A penalty's been given away on the goal line. That's the first thing to take. Now, I know Shannon McDonald's not been at Saints long, and I know he's taken a knock, but at this point here, he's having a bit of treatment and having a drink. There's not too much been doing out here on the wing as well. Not too much chat. There's Michael Monaghan, ball in hand. He's about to take a tap, and Shannon McDonald has not looked up, not spoken to anybody, and I think really, when you're on goal line defence, that has to be your absolute #1 priority. Organise your defensive line. As it is, they've ended up well short of numbers. They've got 4 against 6 on the short side, and it's no wonder they get done. And I put that fair and squarely on the shoulders of the fullback. And that might sound harsh, but in reality, that's where the direction has to come from, and that's a slip-up for me.
Well, after that try was scored, Warrington Wolves with a great attacking kicking game, forced repeat sets from St Helens, got a foothold in the game, scored 3 quick tries that really put St Helens in a bit of bother, John.
Yeah, I thought they were exceptional. Once they got themselves into gear, a little bit scratchy first 10 minutes, but look at the combination between Myler and O'Brien there. a lot more options, a lot more viable pass options, looked a lot tighter, a lot sharper throughout the first half.
Good performance from them in this half.
Very much so, particularly Gareth O'Brien. I said before the game, he looks like a natural runner to me. He looks like a natural runner of football, and that's what his undoing earlier last week. He was looking too much, thinking too much. This looks a lot more instinctive,
Never been
as
a question
did
mark
this.
against Myler's ability to back up here as well.
That's certainly, he's a great support player, and I think, you know, Michael Monaghan once again showing his creative genius there around the base of the ruck. Some lax defence and some basic errors from Saints, but I do feel like this might not be the end of Saints' charge.
That Joe Monaghan try made it 22 points to 6. Of course, Willie Manu hit back before the late drop goal. 23-12. St. Helens still in this game, Eddie.
Yes, they are. And League 13, the Super League Players Association, they've come up with a wonderful idea to honour 3 brave men of rugby league who won the Victoria Cross in the service of their country during the Great War. Jack Harrison of Hull, Thomas Steele of Broughton Rangers, Thomas Bryan of Castleford. Timely, of course, because this is the 100th anniversary this year, the start of the First World War. But to kick the commemorations off, another hero of the game, the great Steve Prescott. He is being inducted into the League 13 Hall of Honour tonight in recognition of his courage and bravery as well. His wife Lindsay and his family are here to receive that commemorative cap that will be displayed proudly in the main concourse here at Langtree Park. Nice touch from League 13, the Super League Players Association. We have the second half coming live of Saints against Warrington.
Looks like a job for the old magic sponge.
I got friends, I got family here. I got friends, I got family here.
Winston Wolf, I solve problems. You're Mike, right?
Yeah.
About your car, it's a total write-off, correct?
100%.
Don't worry, Direct Line will find you another one like it. Or even an upgrade.
Really?
Really. Unless you'd like to get paid off.
Look, thanks. I'd rather you found me another car.
Good enough, Mike. We just need to dispose of the body then.
For you.
I'm a friend of the family.
I want them to dance in, ready to learn, and, you know, Mr. Bisfam, you're amazing. But
The Year 9 girls are a force of nature.
girls,
It's only banter. And it's
I know it's only banter, but this is not the time for banter.
Sorry.
This is the time for worker.
Educating the STEM, this week on Channel 4.
An object of value has arrived in the city.
I'm already there.
The wine in front of you today is Casillero del Diablo.
Don Melchor's finest wines started disappearing.
To keep the thieves away, he spread word that the devil lived in his cellar.
Who are you?
It's awake.
Sport. We all talk about it, but I get to live it. I get the VIPs from A to B.
All right, Frank.
Is this the closest you get to sport? No, that's Betway. Live streaming, live odds, bet in play. Because whatever you think you know, right now, anything could happen.
With a free bet worth up to £50. Live sport, bet your way at betway.com.
This is Alpecin Caffeine Shampoo for Men. Take a good look because it's moving fast. In fact, it sold over 2 million bottles in Germany last year alone. To find out why, get down to leading supermarkets and pharmacies. Alpecin Caffeine Shampoo. German engineering for your hair.
Sky Sports 5 is your new home of the UEFA Champions League. The group stages kick off with Borussia Dortmund v Arsenal and Real Madrid v Basel.
It's Gareth Bale with a big moment.
Then Bayern Munich face Manchester City.
The perfect start. Bayern Munich have scored again.
And Chelsea take on Schalke.
When it comes to Schürrle.
To guarantee you're able to enjoy all Sky Sports coverage of the Champions League, activate Sky Sports 5 now.
Sky Sports, your home of sport. Whenever you want, wherever you are.
Looks like a job for the old magic sponge.
Well, half-time here at Langtree Park, and St Helens 12, Warrington Wolves 23. That's the Stark statistic. What are the rest telling us, Phil?
Well, it's very hard to win a game without the ball. St Helens just 45 play the balls in that first half. That's about 20 less than you'd see. And not a single one close to opponent's try line. You can see over on the right-hand side of the screen. Now, the other side, Warrington, what about them? Well, they had 87 in total. That's 42 more than the home side. And look, 20 play the balls on the left-hand side of your screen, close to the line that they've been trying to score over. No wonder they're ahead. You'd expect them to be even more in front than they are right now.
Intriguing second half to come then. Can St Helens fight back just as Warrington did last week in the second half against Huddersfield and claim at least the point that will give them this shield? That will be their number one priority, and that was an early drive from Mossy Massoy, and a bit of a lead with the forearm there from Massoy, but James Laithwaite all over the top of him, and it is the Saints who get the penalty.
And boy, Eddie, they certainly need it. And I think he's conned the referee here, and I think he's conned that fellow as well, the second row, James Laithwaite. But they've got the ball upfield. It goes without saying that Saints need to get over that line very, very quickly.
Opening minutes of this second half here. St Helens in the red V, of course. Well, they should be in the red V. Traditionally, they're in the red and white, and there is the red V on the chest. And they are attacking from right to left as you watch. This is Manu. Got a try in the first half. Willie Manu goes down on tackle number 3. Start of this second half.
The key player for St Helens has been in that first half is the old stager, Paul Wellens. I never thought the day had come to see Wellens handling the standoff position so effectively. And he's got to be the key man in this second stanza.
Lansahire, though, here now. His drop goal beat the Rhinos at Headingley last week, the 12-man Rhinos. It was a real struggle for St Helens, but a dogged performance nonetheless. There is a little dab through by Wellens. It's a great kick too. He missed the tackle, but the Saints trap him in goal. But then Matty Russell plonks the ball on the line. On the line is in the field of play. Joel Monaghan will run the ball away.
Did he not ground it? What tremendous work there by the fullback.
It's always a gamble, though, John. I've seen it done before, and all of a sudden it dribbled forward.
And lost the ball, yes.
Yeah.
Well, he held on, and that's why Warrington have the possession, albeit deep inside their own half of the field with 4 tackles gone.
Discipline now, Saints. Don't give away a silly penalty. And most of all, don't come up with an error. Missed tackle, anything like that.
They have to kick. They do kick right down the middle of the field. O'Brien straight into the arms of Adam Swift. And he will play the ball, and away goes Matty Dawson. Makinson. He's now 1 try behind Joel Monaghan in the Super League top try-scoring charts. He and Morgan Escaray bracketed on 24. Monaghan, after his effort in the first half, here now on 25. There is another good run coming in from Mark Flanagan, who'll play the ball, and it's now with Turner. Turner then back it goes again to Manu via Paul Wellens, who was almost scampering in at dummy half. Last tackle here, drops the kick in. Does Wellens, more work for Russell to do. He's not going to get out of jail this time. Josh Jones saw to that.
Yeah, good work by Jones, but the experienced Paul Wellens with a little dink into the in-goal area. Lovely stuff.
It was great kick, wasn't it? They're taking the leaf out of Warrington's book here. They're trying to build a bit of pressure, and after pressure comes the points. And interesting that Adam Swift's now loitering at full-back, and Dawson's come on this left wing, so they've had a bit of a reshuffle in their outside backs of St Helens, and McDonald's obviously sat on the sideline.
So Stefan Ratchford in no particular rush to get this dropout and the ball back in play, but now he does. And Swift underneath it. Here comes the big man again, Mossi Masoi. Signed on a 2-year deal from Penrith, 25th consecutive appearance. Roby goes down in a heap under pressure from Mickey Hyam. Once off St Helens, of course. Mickey Hyam, great servant to the game. 3-month testimonial granted. You might have got a hint about that on the Sky Sports News the other day when he popped up behind Tony Smith during the interview. This is Jordan Turner. Now Lance Ohaya. He went down a blind alleyway there. There was nobody in support.
Good defence, though, Eddie. They came out on the angle. They all went as one, the Warrington defence.
This is Flanagan. Flanagan goes down 3 metres away from the line. Last tackle coming up. Roby to the end of it. Oh, and he is so close, Makinson, that it just overran him and the Warrington defenders. Goal line dropout.
Great option, wasn't it? Just a little bit too strong there from the hooker, James Roby.
Let's get down to Bill on the side. Half-time news, a bit grim half-time news for Warrington.
Well, it is. Simon Grix, as he previously reported, has a badly broken leg and is on his way to hospital, where I'm told he'll undergo surgery tomorrow. So his rotten luck has struck again this season, because he's already had to contend with a nasty shoulder injury. He's out for obviously the remainder of this season. There is no sign of Ben Westwood returning for the Warrington Wolves. He limped off towards the end of that first half with what looked like a calf injury, so his absence is a big blow for them as well. But they do have Michael Monaghan ready to come back, and Saints have identified him as the threat. They identified him before the game as the threat, and yet they weren't able to cope with him, and he contributed to the damage in that first 40 minutes.
Yeah, Monaghan watching on here. He could be the key figure as this game progresses. Oh, that was a bit high from Joel Monaghan, his brother. Referee saw nothing wrong with it. Jordan Turner for St Helens, down on tackle number 4.
Saints have got to start playing the ball a little bit quicker as well.
Oh, couldn't get the pass in, Wellens. Zero tackle, Monaghan was nearly away.
Yeah, just couldn't drag it in.
Ryan Atkins now for Warrington.
And this is where the Wolves will just settle things down. They know they've got a convincing lead.
Ben Curry back in the side tonight. Ben Curry, after the missing the last 3. Cup semi-final against Leeds was his last outing. Chris Hill. And Hyam is waiting at dummy half. Ball's played to him. Richie Myler! He ghosted through a hole. And Richie Myler comes up with a crucial Warrington try. Only his 8th appearance of a possible 21 since April. A try in Warrington's first ever Super League away win against St Helens at Widnes, and he's just got another one here.
Yeah, the pass from James Roby. Paul Wellens, the skipper, couldn't put it in. But again, they've taken so many dummies, haven't they? That wasn't the best.
Well, these halfbacks, Steve, are on the field now. They're both O'Brien and Myler, and it's the defender who's 3 and 4 in from the wingman that they're really having problems with St Helens. The big men, they're not quite agile enough to get out and close the halfback down from the inside, and the show and go is just sending the outside defenders onto the outside attackers, and that's how they're creating those gaps. Really playing well, the 2 halfbacks, playing quick, playing intelligently.
Yeah, and it was Paul Wellens who took the dummy on that occasion. The experienced skipper for Saints, and they are ecstatic. It's been a good performance by Warrington.
Mate, last week we talked about the changes in personnel that Tony Smith has been through. This is the 8th different combination of scrum half and standoff. But they've come up with 8 points to them by running at defenders, using the speed. perhaps the changes that they've gone throughout the season, it doesn't really matter. We get to this point in the season, if they can play that well under pressure against a very determined St Helens side, maybe they are good enough to get to the grand final.
Yes, 8 different half-back combinations. It's always going to be a tough act to follow. Lee Breers and company. Oh, he's missed that as Ratchford. My word, that could be a costly miss. Well, the two coaches, big match on the field, big match up on the coaches' benches as well. Tony Smith, Nathan Brown, former St George teammates. Just on the wrong side of the upright, if you draw the imaginary line upwards. They've met 18 times as coaches of Tony Smith, Nathan Brown. Smith leads 12-6 in the personal contests.
Well, as you keep saying, Eddie, the Castleford side and the supporters will be very, very happy. You won't be too impressed with the fact that they failed to add an extra 2 points, because the points for and against are going to be extremely important if the Tigers have any aspirations to finish at the top of the league.
Well, they've got to beat Wakefield on Sunday, then they go to Catalan live next week. In the meantime, Saints, of course, go to Huddersfield next week. It could all go right down to the wire next weekend. The last weekend, it could all be sorted one way or another. St Helens have got 2 chances, of course, to claim the point that they need, but it all depends on how Castleford go over the weekend and how this match here finishes up tonight. Atkins down the line.
Good thinking from Atkins. You know, when you're going to keep saying it, but the convincing lead, it's just a matter to turn this St Helens side around and around, time and time again, a little bit like Leeds did at Wembley to win the Challenge Cup final, and they're the sort of tactics you'll need to carry on if you want to be successful and make it right the way through to the grand final.
They're throwing a gauntlet down, Steve, aren't they? They're saying, we're in front on the scoreboard, you've got to do something about it. We'll just keep turning you, putting him in the corners, and you've got to produce the goods to get that scoreboard ticking over.
First weekend of the season, you might remember, St Helens went to Warrington, they won 38-8. They lost to the Warrington Wolves at the Magic weekend in May. Saints, really, it was a critical period of the season for them. That man just in possession there, Paul Wellens, had a right go at the players publicly, as did the chairman, Eamon McManus, and they then went on to win 4 of the next 5. Monaghan and Harrison look like they're coming back, Bill.
That's right, Eddie. Michael Monaghan, Saints tormentor-in-chief in this game, is ready to come back. Ben Harrison alongside him. There they are on the sidelines. And Saints really desperate now to find some spark of inspiration just to get their hands on the ball. And Wellens is furious with himself and his team.
Well, to be fair, Bill, it wasn't the best pass from this fella, Jordan Turner. It was way behind him. It was very lacklustre indeed by Turner. Nothing that the skipper could do about it. Sheer frustration. Well, we've been showing the league leaders shield. All I can say is that when they started, Saints, the try from the full-back, Shannon McDonald, was top class, and it looked as though they're on their way. But Warrington, fair play to them. They really have controlled it from there on in.
Rhys Evans, tackled by Louis McCarthy Scarsbrook. Hyam, Asatazi spins, looks to get the ball away, can't. It was clamped to him by Mark Flanagan. Hyam with a scamper from dummy half, gets the ball away. This is Laithwaite. Hyam again, scheming, looking left, looking right, coming right. Harrison has returned to the fray, so too has Michael Monaghan. He is in there, so too is Hyam. Richie Myler with a measured kick, looking for Joel Monaghan. Finding Joel Monaghan. Still on the last though, Monaghan can't get that ball away. That's good defence from Saints.
Yeah, but they won't mind turning the ball over with only 10 metres away from their own line. And this is where Tony Smith, the Warrington coach, will be thinking about his players. It's so important now that late in this game, how the Wolves can control it. And that will build their confidence and know that if they can add even more points to it, they've got a great chance of going back to Old Trafford
Well, he's giving you an indication where they're going to attack them, and that's with the ruck area, because there's Monaghan and Hyam out there, so they'll really be concentrating on that, will the Warrington Wolves.
That was a solid tackle too from Ryan Atkins on Roby. Oh, and another solid hit from Harrison. The ball's come free. Free play. Chip over the top from Atkins. Knocked on. Knocked on. Still free play. This is going to be a try. Joel Monaghan's come up with a try on the free play. Well, that is what the free play is all about. It has got its critics, this rule, but when you chance your arm and the opposition's in disarray defensively, they are the rewards that you can come up with. And Monaghan makes it 100 tries in the Super League. More importantly, on a personal note, he's too clear at the top of the Super League try-scoring charts. And even more importantly for Warrington, they are even closer to another win here at Langtree Park.
All came about by the big fellow losing possession yet again. He's frustrated, and they're going to get even more frustrated. Good work by Atkins. Give over the top. They should have had it. Turner should have had it. So should James Roby, should I say. And Joel Monaghan, he's in heaven.
Well, it was like a pinball, wasn't it? It was Dawson, Turner, Josh Jones, and none of them could control the ball. And Monaghan rightly is showing great delight there, because I think that sealed this game, and you can get the league leaders shield, you can put it back in the box for at least one more week.
Absolutely. You know, and the points difference could be so important next week. Let's emphasise, Castleford still have to keep on winning. They've got to beat Wakefield. John, you know that's no easy beat. But they've got to keep winning, and they give themselves a chance. If they do that on Sunday, then it's winner takes all next week.
Yes, but Wakefield, I mean,
and
great
point
derbies.
scoring comes into it then.
Yeah, the great derbies though, and Wakefield have had great success over the years down at the Jungle, and they'll be buoyed by that great victory over the Salford Red Devils. So it will be hey lads hey down at the Jungle on Sunday.
Well, in the two matches that Castleford have played against Wakefield this year, and Darryl Powell will tell you it doesn't mean a thing, but they've scored 93 points against them. Ratchford makes sure this time. Well, a night that was going to be a night of celebration for St Helens is suddenly turning into, well, a batsman like in a test match who's in the nervous 90s. They can't get over the line.
Frustration
and
all
a
around.
glum face belonging to Eamon McManus.
I'm a bit worried about Joel Monaghan though when he retires, Eddie, because he seems to be addicted to try scoring. I don't know what he'll do to fill the high that must give him. It's almost freakish and surreal that wherever the ball ends up, he's close to it to get over the try line. I know he puts himself in the picture more often than others. Boy, his try-scoring rate at Warrington is absolutely phenomenal. We've spoken about it before.
100 tries now in 99 appearances. That's incredible.
Yeah, he's an outstanding player, and so is his brother that's just about to run with the ball.
Ben Harrison rode the tackle from Manu, got it away to Michael Monaghan. Here comes Ben Curry. Warrington aren't done yet. Nicky Hyam.
It's been a long time, Eddie, that Castleford have been cheering on a Warrington outfit. They want more and more points. So do Warrington.
The irony wasn't lost on Darryl Powell on boots and all on Wednesday. But he knows he's got to control his own destiny. Castleford and Darryl.
They've just been outgunned in virtually every department tonight of the Saints. They've been cruel as the Warrington defence. Look how they're moving across that line. They're just forcing Saints into one-out football.
Are we seeing the start of Warrington's assault on a third consecutive grand final? And this year, will it be third time lucky?
Well, they'd have to feel confident the way that they played tonight. As I mentioned, Tony Smith will want to make sure that they control this game right the way through. No errors, no missed tackles.
Still the last tackle, said the referee. That wasn't played at. Ben Harrison saw to it that didn't matter. He gets possession back for the Wolves.
He's done really well, you know, Eddie, as Harris. He's put some big hits in defence. He's had great line speed. He's put the offload in, and to do little 1% little working plays like that, get into the loose ball first, it's immense for your team.
Joel Monaghan to his feet, plays it to brother Michael. He gives it then to Gareth O'Brien. He pops it up to Laithwaite. Flanagan was there.
And he's done a lot of hard work as well, James Laithwaite. Remember, they've lost Simon Grith, they've lost Ben Westwood, so this is a very impressive performance there by the Wolves. And it looks like Saints are really tiring.
Here is Myler, stabs the kick towards the in-goal area. It's collected by Adam Swift, and Warrington collect him. Joel Monaghan was looking to push him over.
And look where they've turned the ball over again, Eddie. Right in the corners, and the challenge is there to St Helens. If you want to score, you're going to have to go 90-odd metres.
Makinson is a man who could go 90 metres, but not on that occasion. O'Hire, Kyler Moore.
You can see quite clearly, again, they're forcing them into just one-out play. Saints struggling to get over the advantage line. Warrington are doing that with ease.
Well, look where they're kicking from. Jordan Turner with just a hoof downfield to gain some ground, but it won't be gained for long because here comes Rhys Evans. Started so well for St Helens. It's all gone sour.
They've just had no ball already. Over the course of the game, they've had very, very little ball in comparison to Warrington. Warrington have used the ball very intelligently, and they've just drained the energy out of the Saints.
And the ball that they've had, the possession, Eddie, has been virtually in their own half all the time. That's the difference as well in this game.
Still over 20 minutes to go, but it does look as though this will be too far for St Helens to come back at it in this match. Doesn't mean the season's over. What I'm looking to see, though, is how can they hurt their opponents with the ball in attack? How will they break through them? How will they score? You just saw the amount of possession that's gone their way, but the delicate shot
again. Oh, no, they're not. Makinson has picked it up, and he somehow gets back over the whitewash.
And again, a lovely little kick through by Richie Myler.
You can see the metres made, the tackle success rate, all because, I suppose, the possession. You know what, we've been critical of Warrington this season, making too many errors in possession. Their completion rate, which is, I guess, a measure of errors, is at 94%. They've had the ball 33 times. Only twice have they made a mistake. That's a great, great improvement. And I suppose the standard, which might, Eddie, I think on the evidence of the last hour, get them back to Old Trafford.
That's grand final winning standard, Phil, is that? They can replicate that consistently. It really is.
Moore to his feet will play it. Adam Swift. Lance O'Hire, well, he shaped a kick and thought, well, there's nowhere for me to kick to. So Jordan Turner puts it over the head of Rhys Evans, and that's too long, too deep. And we're up to an hour or thereabouts. Tomorrow, Wigan against Leeds. Sky Sports 1, 7:30 for that one, the big 1-5. Next Thursday, we're back at Wigan again for the visit of the Warrington Wolves. That's on Sky Sports 1 at 7:30 again. Huddersfield Saints. Friday, 7:30, Sky Sports 1, Saints' second bite at the cherry. And providing Castleford have beaten Wakefield and this result stays as it is, could it come down to the Castleford Tigers travelling to the south of France, beating the Dragons and lifting the league leaders' shield for the first time in their history? That's at 5-5 on Sky Sports 3 next Saturday. It's live. It's a fantastic end to the season. And it's the end of the regular season, and then it all starts again.
Not the best kick there by Mickey Hyam, but again, the chase was good.
Trouble for Matty Dawson there, I think.
Yeah, and some of this defence, it doesn't surprise me that Saints are looking very, very tired indeed. I mean, it's been ages since we've seen St Helens put together a 4 or 5 passes.
Mark Flanagan got that ball away to Louis McCarthy's cars, but look at the harassing defence from Evans and O'Brien. Here's Lafranchi, cut down by another great tackle. Super tackle from Michael Monaghan. Oh, Jordan Turner with the kick. the knees of Russell. St Helens fans appealing for a knock-on, never was.
No, you're right, Teddy. He hit the knee.
You know what, in the last quarter of a game, you really wouldn't want to be a player in the middle of the field defending with Matthew Russell running the ball back on a kick like that. I know he didn't pick it up cleanly, but his speed, his aggression and evasion, wow, unless you're really focused and you've got defenders close to you on your left and right, he really could embarrass you.
Well, 7 straight home wins prior to tonight for the Saints. They boasted the best home record in the competition. Oh, and he's lost that, has he? Yes, he has. A knock-on. He's claiming that the ball was knocked out of his grasp by Lafranchi, but it was a loose carry deemed by James Child. Lost it on impact.
I'm not so sure, Eddie. I think he had a little bit...
I think that's he's actually going to tackle around the arm, which dislodges the ball. I think that looks classed as a loose carry. I think we saw one last week where he just went and played directly at the ball. There is a difference there, and I think that decision's right.
Harrison a bit dischuffed with himself.
I think he's every right to feel that way as well. Looked quite clear to me that was knocked out either way. A little bit of relief for this St Helens side because they know they're being battered.
That's why you're not a referee, old boy.
Never wanted to be one. Never liked one.
I wonder how many referees would like to be you.
Well, if they want to be stupid at some point in their life, yeah, go for it.
Turner gets it away to Ohio. Whoa. Now then, Atkins, he's got a clear run to the line. This will go to the video referee, I bet you. How did this ball come out? How did this ball find its way to Ryan Atkins? Touch judges seem to think it's A-OK. And James Child wants to check it out. Was it a knock-on by Warrington is the question that's being asked. But Ryan Atkins seems convinced he scored.
Yeah, it's all from this pass. Does it touch a Warrington hand as it comes out the back? It certainly doesn't look from that one. Next pass, does it hit a Warrington hand? No, I think that's just straight out of Lance, Ohio. I think it's just a mess up, and Warrington are going to profit from this. No handing there from Warrington. I think this will be a St Helens try.
Warrington tries.
Warrington try, sorry.
Yeah, I don't think Waterhouse gets a fingertip to it. I think Turner's hands come away from, or is it Hill? Sorry, or Ben Harrison. I'll get it right somewhere down. I knew it was a prop forward. I agree. I think this is going to be a try.
I think you can see from that the hands are the right hand and the left hand are well away from the ball as that ball comes through. I think that's what's cleared it from the video referees now, and they'll just go through and check the grounding as par for the course.
Nothing wrong with that, and the Ryan Atkins knows that this is another 4 points, which will soon become 6 for the Warrington Wolves. And the try is given to Ryan Atkins. 14 tries for the season now for the England international. Try last week as well. Tries in 10 of the last 11, including now 9 in a row.
Well, they tried to keep the ball alive. It wasn't the best pass, was it, from Lance Ohio? He really hasn't had the best game, but he can say that of quite a few of his teammates as well. Warrington, of course, they have worked as a good, solid unit.
Gareth O'Brien, the goal kicker now. And this to just about sew up a victory for the Warrington Wolves. 39 points to 12, courtesy of the boot of Gareth O'Brien. It looks all over for St Helens for this week at least. And the League Leaders Shield is going back in the box. The box is being closed and it's leaving the ground. Saints will not be collecting it tonight.
Well, it's certainly not Elvis, but it's definitely leaving the building. Wonderful piece of silverware that tantalising after only a few minutes when Shannon MacDonald went over for St Helens to put them into the lead, and the ironic cheers when it came up on the big screen from the Warrington fans Oh, it can be cruel at times.
It can, and look at the size of this scoreline against St Helens. The points difference is swinging tonight dramatically in the favour of Castleford Tigers. A Castleford Tigers club that has never ever finished higher than 5th in the Super League table before. History beckons the Tigers on a year that has been absolutely incredible for Darryl Powell and company.
When you imagine how hard it may be for St Helens to win at Huddersfield after the controversy of the cup match, when St Helens in the end did win by a drop goal after Huddersfield had 1 or 2 denied, I would imagine there's extra motivation for the Giants players to get one over the Saints. It'll be a massive challenge for St Helens to travel there and win next week.
And it's Nathan Brown against his former club, just to add a little bit extra spice.
Oh, yeah. You're right there.
It's going to be a massive... This is big enough this weekend. It's going to be massive next week. Because, I mean, Saints can finish no lower than 2nd. I think I'm right in saying that. But everybody else can finish everywhere between 1 and 8.
It's been the best finish of all time in Super League, that is for sure.
They're saying from next year every minute matters. In 2014 every second matters.
Yeah, that mattered as well. That lovely little kick through once again by a Warrington player there. Beautiful kick, and Paul Weller's had to usher it down. It's a repeat set once again. And what Warrington got next week, Eddie? Wigan.
Wigan at Wigan. We see Wigan tomorrow at home against Leeds. The big guns are rolling out, ready for the playoffs.
Yeah, mouth-watering, isn't it? I'm dribbling already.
Oh, guys, just wait. Go. 2, James! Back on. Go 2.
Mickey Hyam to Richie Myler.
Great stuff.
He's touched the foot in touch.
He knows it too. He just had to leap through, and Rashford could not prevent hitting the whitewash. He did his damnedest, didn't he? There it is.
His feet just dribbled into touch.
It certainly did.
Second time now, speaking. Just play it on that. Don't push forward. Don't step to the side. Just realise that. Just play it.
Well, you talk about the fact that St Helens still have that opportunity, that if they draw or win next week, of course, but boy, this is a real shellacking. This will do nothing for their confidence at all.
No, it won't. No, it won't. There were invitations issued to come to the party tonight to see the league leaders' shield lifted after 6 barren years. At least seeing themselves on the big screen has cheered those two St Helens supporters' mood. But I'm afraid that Warrington, who remember, and I've mentioned it a couple of times this week, they came here the first year, not here, they came to St Helens, they were at Knowsley Road. And Saints had to win to lift when they all first passed the post. The first ever Super League title. They did it 66-14. Tonight, Warrington have rained on the parade big style.
Yep. Yeah, not many candles out there. Celebrate anything. Oh, and that has been just about sums it up as far as St Helens are concerned.
John, are these enforced errors or are these,
I think defensively it's absolutely first class what Warrington are doing. The line speed has been consistently good. The contact, it's very much shoulder contact. The driving St Helens players back. They've just won every single department of this game. And perhaps you can invest such energy into your defence when you've looked after the ball so well and dominated possession and field position as Warrington have over the course of this game.
Well, they will stay till the bitter end, these Warrington supporters.
Yeah,
they're delighted, but there's 1 or 2 St Helens fans making for the exits. Atkins.
And they haven't finished yet. The Wolves are hungry. Castleford fans and players. Darryl Powell screaming, more points, please.
They might get them too with O'Brien to Myler. Short ball to Ratchford. Down he goes.
Anyone
Tackle
out?
number 3.
Just saying, anyone out there and throw a dummy?
Myler so close.
Good work by Jones there. Threw his body right across him.
Curry pops it up to Hill.
Come on, Vicky Hyam. Go on your own. Throw a dummy underneath the 6.
Gives it to O'Brien. Dabs the kick in, looking for Atkins. Just missed. Did Ryan Atkins.
What a great game Gareth O'Brien has had. He's worked hard. He's been very, very solid in defence. He's been the real link. I think O'Brien and Myler have combined exceptionally well tonight.
Stuart, St Helens will stop them from taking a quick restart again. Why?
You can only have a quick restart if the man who gets the ball after it's gone dead is the one that takes the restart. They passed it just as they were getting to the 20-metre line. If he carried on running, they would have got away with it.
Well, they'd have been entitled to it. You know, when you said they'd have got away with it, that implies cheating, doesn't it? No, I know what you mean. He would have been able to do it, but he wanted to try and take it on the run, Makinson. They're so disappointed, aren't they, with how this has gone out. The club said they were here to lift some silverware tonight. Supporters who've been very loyal. They've been to the last 5 grand finals and lost on every occasion. They've really followed this team, haven't they? I know not in the last 5 years. They've really suffered heartache and heartbreak in many of the big games. They'll be hoping that the season doesn't come to a whimper and an end here now.
Phil, you know, you love to get on and talk about the stats. There's one stat that I'd like to see on this game is how many times the Warrington defence have forced St Helens to just go 1 out. That is the quality of the Wolves defence tonight.
I think sometimes St Helens have chosen to go 1 out. You say they haven't thrown many passes. When they did, Lance Hire came up with a mistake. They haven't really, I think, no, without Wheeler, Wilkin, Walsh and Lomax, got the combination of players to string passes together quickly, like Warrington are doing here at this moment. But it'll be interesting. This is it would be, you know, you couldn't say it's mission impossible for St Helens to get to the grand final, but it's mission improbable at the moment.
Yeah, finishing second, they do get a home tie, don't they? And if they win, they get another home tie. But well, they're at home tonight, and look at the score.
And again, we see that lovely little blindside kick. As you say, Myler and Gareth O'Brien in that department, they've been outstanding. It's sorrow written all on the faces of the Saints fans. And it was the spirits had lifted, wasn't it? Shannon MacDonald, I mean, it was a wonderful try.
Oh, the start was outstanding.
And
but I'm afraid since then it's gone off the boil big style.
Yeah, missed tackles, giving away penalties, dropping the ball on a regular occasion. Can't do it.
I think Warrington have been outstanding for 73 minutes of the game, to tell the truth. And I'm with Steve. I think the halfbacks have been sensational. I thought Hyam and Monaghan have been great from the dummy half position, but the halfbacks have really controlled the game so well, O'Brien and Myler.
Here goes O'Hire again. Well, with 7 minutes or thereabouts on the clock, it's obviously not going to be the Saints' night, but they're not giving it up here. And that was brave from Matty Russell.
He just threw his body across the line.
There. Wasn't the first one, it was the second one from O'Brien, forced, I think, by McCarthy Scarsbrook.
This is brave from Matty Russell there. Really, really brave.
Well, the scrum might take a while to form, because I think Chris Hill's gone down with cramp. He was sprinting back to get back as quick as he could. You just see the physio there to the left with Mickey Hyam. They're trying to get his legs moving again. Covered some ground, the front rower. A lot of people think perhaps the best player in the competition this year. Candidate perhaps a Man of Steel, who still an award that goes to the most outstanding player in Super League throughout the course of 27 rounds.
What he does, Billy, he seems to get better year on year, doesn't he, Chris? You've seen him develop from a championship player to an absolutely outstanding Super League drop forward.
He's a candidate, there's no doubt about it. There's some outstanding forwards who will lay claim to Man of Steel this year. That will be decided, of course, or at least announced the week of the grand final. think it's on a Wednesday this year. Anthony Lafranchi. Roby. Gallimore. Well, they're hoping to give the supporters who... Well, Houghton.
He said play on, get up and play the ball.
He said he played the ball. You played the ball, he said, but how can you... You're not entitled to play the ball like this.
You're supposed to get to your feet first.
Isn't that a penalty, Stuart?
Well, it should have been. I think.
Which way? Which way?
Well, I would have gone a penalty to Warrington. Emo's got to stand up before he starts playing that ball. He's done it a few times tonight, trying to get a penalty out of the referee, and he's come unstuck on that occasion. Stand up and play the ball, and then there's no doubt.
To be fair to him, he did have the man on his back. Angry, Kyle.
He does have to wait till the man clears. If the man isn't clearing quick enough, the referee will penalise him.
Who's going to be there at Old Trafford on the 11th of October? You all have your own views, I'm sure.
Well, this mob, they've laid the...
Is he on his way to Old Trafford to make it third time lucky?
You never know. He's certainly got the experience, and he will be ecstatic about their display tonight. A good team effort. Very difficult to pick just one player as the man of the match. There's been some outstanding players, especially this fella, taking the ball up. Good, hard, solid work. Michael Monaghan, but I'm with a lot of people. I reckon the two halfbacks have been exceptional. So I'll let you decide which one it's going to be. I know.
5 grand finals, by the way, for Tony Smith. 3 with Leeds, 2 with Warrington. He's come up short the last 2 years with Warrington. As I say, is this the third one? And is this the one that will just put the icing on the cake for him after all the Challenge Cup final successes that he's had? That's an awful, lazy pass by St Helens. Another chance for a free play try. They'll bring it back. Well, should they bring it back? Yes, they will. Yeah. No point giving a goal line dropout against St Helens, because that would be no advantage to St Helens at all.
But you've got to say they must feel confident. Look at this scoreline.
Well, they go to Wigan and repeat this next week. Yeah, ahead of the playoffs, they will be confident. They do this next week, they could finish second? No, third. I don't know. I'm trying to work it out. Down to Bill. Maybe you know, Bill.
I'm just counting the number of bodies that Saints might be missing next week, because Alex Walmsley has played precious little part in this game tonight. I don't know what the score is there. Well, it doesn't appear to be an injury. Whether it's illness, I'm not sure, but Walmsley hasn't figured. And they've also got a problem in the closing minutes in this game with Matty Dawson, who is hobbled through the last 10 minutes or so. So their confidence might have taken a battering, as well as a physical battering tonight.
Well, where Warrington, Wigan and the rest will end up is again very much in Castleford's hands. Saints can finish no lower than second. That's flicked on to Joel Monaghan. 5 weeks tomorrow, we're at Old Trafford. Who'll be there?
On the line, just wait. Lost it.
We're in the last 5 minutes here, and you mentioned there's 5 weeks. There's a shot. Attacking kicks from Warrington have been good tonight. But they've not forced scoreline dropouts. They've asked difficult questions of the St Helens defenders. With 6 more players here, they want 6 more points.
They do, and Hyams looking for the first 4 of them. He might have got them.
I think he has.
Going upstairs.
It's whether the momentum has been stopped beforehand. It looked as though it was just bobbling on somebody's knee.
This is manna from heaven from Castleford's point of view, if it's given, Stuart.
Well, it's just the grounding. Does the ball touch the line? He's over the line, the tackle's not complete. I think the ball's come out there, so it could be a difficult decision to see who's actually got it out. I don't think he's in possession of that ball when it touches the ground. It looks like St Helens have actually grounded the ball. So is it a ball steal? That's what the video referees will have to decide now.
I think it'll be a penalty to Warrington.
Looking at the amount of hands in there, it would be hard to argue against that, really.
Well, at least Saints got the numbers there. Sneaky little move, wasn't it?
It's on the leg there, isn't it? And he's
It's on the leg and he's in possession at that point. I think it's after this that the ball comes out, and I think it's been pulled out by a Warrington player. So I think this should be a penalty. A St Helens player. I'm getting my teams mixed up tonight. A St Helens player. So I think it should be a penalty to Warrington. 10 metres out in front of the post.
I don't think he'll be given as a try. I think he loses possession. They've just got to decide whether it was lost or whether it was stolen.
Whether it was his fingers on it. Last week I said 4 little words. Benefit of the doubt.
I think there's a bit too much in there to even consider that.
Steve-O was apoplectic that Ben Harrison got the try last week.
I'm holding my breath already.
There you go. Oh, and it's a 20-metre restart. It's a knock-on by Mickey Hyam, so it wasn't pulled out by St Helens defenders. No try.
No benefit.
3 minutes remaining.
And no benefit. It'll be relief for St Helens. All they want to do is just get this game over with. It's going to be a difficult job for Nathan Brown to lift their spirits for their onslaught next week.
No team could play well, though, at the level that Warrington play for the next 5 weeks. It just doesn't happen. And I think St Helens have learned. They've been the most consistent side so far this season. And yet they've had bad days. They were embarrassed here on Good Friday against Wigan. They lost by 42 points in the south of France. You know, Hull Kingston Rovers also have put a handful of points on them as well. So it's about recovering from a bad defeat. That's what the best teams do. They don't let it drag on for 2 and 3 weeks. They bounce back from it quickly and go on to play well in the next game.
Yeah, it's better to lose here like this tonight than 5 weeks on Saturday at Old Trafford.
We'll see. They'll be very despondent after this hooter goes. And it still will be difficult for Nathan Brown, as you say. He'll have the confidence, but it's going to be difficult to get it through. Because they know they've been battered, Eddie.
Yes, they have. And it's a lack of some big-name players as well that will be a worry going into the playoffs. Every team suffers, of course, at this stage of the year. But I don't think many people would argue too loudly and too long that Saints, with the players that are missing for them at the moment, the likes of Walsh, Lomax, Wilkin, etc.
But Tony Smith has made it very, very clear that it's not how you start, Eddie, it's how you finish. And they've been finishing okay, slowly but surely. This has been a masterclass in completing their sets, their defence. Everything has been solid.
I think the only problem for them was the injury that Simon Griggs suffered, and let's all hope that he's going to be okay.
Yes.
And they've managed to manage the pain that he must have been in when he left the field.
Well, from what Bill was saying, he's going to be having an operation tomorrow. And we wish him well, obviously, Simon Griggs.
Well said.
Ben Westwood's off the field, of course, so he's injured. Michael Monaghan was for a while. Impressive. There's Ben. Impressive from Warrington tonight, no question.
They've worked
Are they
in the
running
unit.
into form at just the right time? This looks like a problem here for Wellens. He's clutching his shoulder. Painful night in more ways than one for Paul Wellens.
He's tried his damnedest, hasn't he, to try to get this St Helens side back into the game, but the professionalism that has been shown by the visitors tonight.
Right, last second try from Warrington just to rub salt. That's what they're after. Asatazi, good carry. 15 seconds remaining.
Joel Monaghan will want to get one. He'll be screaming to kick into the corner.
Here's the last tackle of this match coming up. And Ratchford, not interested, will just take the tackle. And Warrington will take the points. And Castleford will take the encouragement. And St Helens will take the medicine. 39 points to 12. A match that started so brightly for St Helens when Shannon McDonnell went over for his try in the 5th minute, which Makinson improved. Then Warrington got their act together. Ratchford, Michael Monaghan, O'Brien, Joel Monaghan, Myler, Joel Monaghan again in the second half, and Atkins. 39-12, Gareth O'Brien is the man of the match. He's with Bill.
Gareth, Saints were anticipating a celebration here tonight. I think you've really pooped the party, haven't you?
Well, you know, the Saints have been, you know, really consistent all year, and I think they had to get a result tonight. And you know, we wanted to spoil the party for at least one more week, and you know, the boys dug in today, and you know, come up with a good win. You've been at times this season, you've been a bit hit and miss. Tonight, you were definitely hit, virtually from the word go. Yeah, well, you know, we've gone through a bit of a transition period this year. You know, lost a few experienced players at the start of the season, and you know, we feel like we've improved, you know, week in, week out, and we're really happy with where we're at now. And you know, it's a good time to be playing well. Second in the table. Well done tonight. Thanks, Gary. Thank you. Let's hear from the Saints skipper, Paul Wellens. Thanks, Paul, for coming and talking to us after a pretty tortuous night, really. Given what was at stake, was it a case of nerves?
No, I wouldn't say nerves. I think, you know, when you come up against a side like Warrington and you give the amount of penalties we did and drop the amount of ball we did, you don't really give yourself a chance. And, you know, since we've started playing this little bit of a different format, I think we spoke as a group that sometimes we're going to have difficult periods. Still got plenty to work on. But thankfully that performance has come now and not in a few weeks' time. You've still got another chance to get this League Leaders Shield wrapped up next week at Huddersfield. Without doubt, yeah. I think the key is for this group now is to not get too despondent. We've got to regroup in the week, continue to work hard for each other, and hopefully bounce back against Huddersfield. Paul, thanks for talking to us. Pleasure. His mood is a little lighter than it was when Warrington put the cleaners through them at the Magic Weekend, but there is a team that looked tonight as though they are on a mission. They came here with the intention of ruining St Helens' big party. They have done that in style. Are Warrington mounting a charge for Old Trafford? Will Saints lift the League Leaders Shield, or is it Castleford's year?
It's okay. Oh, he's not in touch.
Growing and pressing 1 billion British cider apples. It's bittersweet by nature.
How did you know she'd choose us and not the web, 118?
Her eyes, 118. She couldn't see the web.
Got your back.
Vicky Harris, you're our kind of person. Through your lens, everyone looks photogenic, flawlessly framed, and perfectly posed. You couldn't take a bad picture if you tried.
Well.
If anyone's giving extra, it's you, Vicky.
Cheers.
And at the Halifax, we think people who give extra should get extra back from their bank. Like a £5 reward each month with our reward current account. Vicky, you're on a roll.
To add an Italian twist to your pasta napoletana, try new Knorr mixed herbs flavor pots. The new range of flavor pots from Knorr.
Why you park on top of giant hill? The jeep! Sergey, monkeys, please. For your limited edition Safari OLED toy, get car or home insurance or switch the energy, so compare the market.com. Simples.
For you.
I'm a friend of the family.
Victor!
Morris, how did you get in here?
When you're a wag, Vic, doors just open.
Oops.
Before they clock 'em a geezer, give us your best odds on the match.
Morris, if you want our best odds, just go on to betvictor.com. We had the best odds most often on the Premier League last season.
For our best football odds, download the BetVictor app.
Fate threw everything at the Bacardi family. The fire of 1880 couldn't stop us, nor did Prohibition in the 1920s, or exile from our home country in the 60s. The Bacardi family didn't just survive, we thrived. Because true passion can't be tamed. Bacardi, untamable since 1862.
Hey.
How am I going to know if you're dead?
You wake up tomorrow, we're not here. We're dead.
Like I'm really gonna sleep tonight.
Banshee concludes Monday at 10:15 on Sky Atlantic HD or catch up on demand.
Sky Sports, your home of sport. Whenever you want, wherever you are.
It's okay. Oh, he's not in touch.
That was the party that never was. St Helens coming here, hoping they'd wrap up the League Leaders' Shield. Warrington had other ideas, 39-12. Here's the Warrington coach, Tony Smith, with Bill.
Tony, for that game, virtually, apart from the first 5 minutes, you were in control, weren't you?
Yeah, it was tough. It was tough. First half, I thought we were smart. We played really smart. They're a huge team. They had 4 front rowers start the game. You know, they're hard work, and you know, they were battering us there for a while, and we had to play some smart footy, and I thought we did. Second half, I thought we had to be courageous and you know, a bit resilient as well, and we lost 2 in that first half. Simon Griggs looks like he's broken his ankle, and he's had a bad run of injury this year, and we feel for Simon, and I know some of that effort in the second half was for him. And then we lost Benny Westwood with a muscle tear in his calf. So I thought it was courageous the second half, and as well as smart. So they're a tough team. They're hard work, and we feel battered and bruised and all that. But yeah, good effort overall.
The sort of performance that will stand you in good stead, though, come the playoffs.
Yeah, as long as we don't lose too many more people. Yeah, you know, they battered us a bit in that respect, but. Certainly in the way that we had to go up a few levels from where we've been playing, and I thought we did. You know, the players, more importantly, the players felt as though they went up a few notches tonight, and they're quite pleased with themselves, and so they should be. They earned the right there tonight. But you know, it's a new ball game next week. We've got another tough one on Thursday night. We're getting used to Thursday nights now.
I bet he is, and if he gets a result like this, he will not be complaining, because look what this win has done for Warrington. They are now second in the table. Where they all finish depends now on Castleford, who are in third, but the points difference, look at the points difference between Castleford and St Helens at the end of this match. It is now in the Tigers' hands to win the League Leaders' Shield. Here are the boys, John and Brian.
Well, thanks very much, Eddie. You left us at half-time, 23 points to 12 in favour of the Warrington Wolves. St Helens started the second half brightly, put pressure on the Warrington Wolves line, but then ultimately a man who I believed was under tremendous pressure going into this game, Richie Myler, on 47 minutes, John, delivered and perhaps broke Saints.
Yeah, we're going to have a look at that try, because I share your opinion. I think that was the try that broke the game, really. From then on, it was one-way traffic. 16-0 second half scoreline to Warrington with 15 men. Right, one person I'm going to pick out for you here is Willie Manu. He'll become significant later on, so you actually might lose him from the screen. What I'm going to focus on next is in the actual tackle, because I think Chris Hill, there's a little bit of gamesmanship going on here with Sia Soliola. We've zoomed in a little for you. Soliola's arm is in, and I think Chris Hill, he doesn't deliberately trap it, but it's there, so he holds it for a little while and then quickly generates some speed. That neuters the markers, and then there's Willie Manu again that we saw. spotted by Richie Myler. Now, Richie Myler's allowed to go there because of the work that Chris Hill does and really stops the markers in their tracks. And then Myler's just there on, and he spots a very, very tired Willie Mann on the edge.
There were further second-half tries from Joel Monaghan and Ryan Atkins in what was really a dominant Warrington performance from minute 1 almost to minute 80, John.
Yeah, I thought Matty Russell at fullback had
he's got to have gone close to man of the match.
He had an outstanding match, and not least getting back into the field of play within a couple of minutes of the restart off a Paul Wellens kick, and he runs like he's been...
That's it, quick play the ball, go again.
He looks like he's been shot out of a gun. And look what they're able to do as well. They play off the back of that, and they recognise when that quick play the ball has come, and that's what Tony Smith talks about, smart play, you know, knowing when the options are on. You know, outthought, outgunned, outmuscled, out-infused and outperformed. I think tonight, the Warrington Wolves were outstanding in every facet of the game.
And that half-back combination, their 8th time playing together, far and away their best game.
Look at the line speed there. Look, the line speed was generated very late into the game. That was 70th minute. So, you know, they had that enthusiasm there. And, you know, it has to be made, that point, that they did that with 15 men as well. And that's... Yeah, it takes all the wind out of the sails of St Helens, and you've got to ask where they go now.
Well, that's right. That'll rattle the side at top of the table. They're at home. They've got demolished by the Wolves. I wonder what their coach made of it. Nathan Brown is speaking to Bill.
Nathan, apart from the opening few minutes of that game, you never really managed to get a foothold, did you?
Nah, look, we had some things tonight which obviously didn't help us. We had numbers of players who were below their best, which doesn't help on any occasion, but obviously tonight it didn't help. Clear weight of possession and the way Warrington controlled their handling and field position probably had a bit of a toll on us at the end, and you know, we probably had some defensive decisions, you know, were pretty poor, you know, but at the end of the day, when you got blokes taking dummies on key players and your back threes coming up with 5 or 6 play one errors against a quality side like Warrington, you're never ever going to be as good a chance as what you'd like to be.
You've come up with some big performances when you've been down on your luck previously this season. You're going to have to do it again.
Yeah, look, it's, you know, can't be too critical of the guys. The guys have done pretty well to put us in the position we are, and you know, it's not the first time we've had a touch up from a good side this year, and we've touched some good sides up ourselves. So whilst it's disappointing, you know, we'll have to front up next week at Huddersfield and try to play better, and hopefully in the first playoff game we can, you know, give our good fans a little bit better of a performance.
Thanks.
Cheers, guys.
Still confident. Yes, he goes to Huddersfield, his former club, next week in the final match of the weekly round. Just let's confirm the way the table looks right now. Warrington in second place, but it's Castleford who are lurking there in third place in the table. Gentlemen, John Keir, Steve O'Here. I know you're a Cass lad, John. This is making you look on this with, you know, rose-coloured glasses, but would you have expected Castleford to be in this position in this stage of the season at the start of the year?
In one word, no. No, I think they've done tremendously well. It's the story, it's the Cinderella story of Super League this year, and they also got the Challenge Cup final. It's the year of the Tiger, no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But there's still twists and turns to come because the fixtures are so interesting, with all these elite sides playing each other in the dying weeks, except for obviously Castleford, who've got Wakefield at home, and then they've got to travel to Catalans. So their challenges in themselves, one because it's a derby, one because of the logistics of travelling to the south of France. So it's just fascinating. It's what we've been wanting, and they're delivering.
Yes, they are delivering. I just wonder, Steve-O, whether at this point in time you are drooling over the prospect of next weekend.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I am. And we mentioned, halfway through that second half, and I said that, you know, Warrington have laid down the gauntlet to all the others, because Tony Smith, he said they played smart. They played very, very professional as well. If you've got a good set of forwards going through, then your 2 half-backs take control. And I thought O'Brien and Myler were absolutely superb. And it's, I suppose, in many ways, you know, for O'Brien, remember last year he went out on loan to St Helens, so he had a fine game, controlled it, and the professionalism, the way that they just made sure that Saints never got back into that game, kicking on that blind side. It reminded me so much about how Leeds performed against Castleford at Wembley in the Challenge Cup final. They controlled it, kicking game was superb, and I tell you what, it's going to take a very, very good side to stop this Warrington outfit.
Well, it is, and, you know, when you think about it, you know, Castleford are there or thereabouts, and, you know, they've been dribbling their way through this league all the way through the season, haven't they? They've been making headlines. There they are now, third in the table. It's It's theirs.
There's to take.
Theirs to take.
Yes, I'll finish it off for you.
Yeah, go on, John. Carry on, because I can't go.
Right,
Lost the plot completely.
But it is theirs to take. But obviously, St Helens will bounce back, and I think Nathan Brown was right to point out his back three won't play as poorly as that again, and they won't lose as much ball in the collision as they have done tonight. So there'll be a better challenge for the Huddersfield Giants when they play them in the last game of the season.
OK, on that note, Steve, we are going to dribble our way out of the studio because you haven't got any time to follow any of that up. Here we go. Coming up tonight, the NFL. The new season is underway. Green Bay Packers are at Seattle Seahawks. 1 a.m. in the morning here on Sky Sports 1. And now on Sky Sports 4, the PGA Tour Golf from America, the BMW Championship. That's available now on Sky Sports 4. And what a match we have for you tomorrow night. Wigan against Leeds, 7:30 on Sky Sports 1. Well, it's been the biggest party, the biggest party that never was for St Helens here, and we are all licking our lips at the prospect of what's to come tomorrow and next week from us all.
Enjoy Sky Sports Live on all screens, on the go, and the best bits on demand.
The Gladiators are entering the arena. Isuzu D-Max sponsors Sky Sports coverage of the Super League.
Five doors. Mirror screen. Sunroof. Reversing camera. Love your city, love your C1. All new Citroën C1, naturally urban.
Citroën, creative technology.
Sport, we all talk about it, but I get to live it. I get the VIPs from A to B. All right, Frank. Is this the closest you get to sport? No, that's Betway. Live streaming, live odds, bet in play. Because whatever you think you know,
right now, anything could happen.
With a free bet worth up to £50. Live sport, bet your way at betway.com.
Nice trick, Hugo. Pity no one's watching. Brian's just back from Hawaii. He's saved by booking his flight and hotel together on Expedia's website. Tough to beat Hawaii, Hugo. Very tough. Save by booking your flight and hotel together with Expedia. Atoll protected.
Your friends have been going on about it for months. It's the latest show. They're on Series 5. You haven't even started Season 1. It doesn't matter because you can get it all in your Sky Plus box whenever you want to start.
Things are changing in Atlantic City.
We buy liquor from you, you buy something from us.
This is a raid!
How do I get off the island?
Everyone on that island is in danger.
Please, tell me!
Do you even know what's going on? I woke up today, but you know about the dead people, right?
We are surviving here. We are day to day.
More box sets of the latest shows in your Sky Plus box. Sky, believe in better.
Quality. Incredible prices.
In Oak Furnitureland's summer sale, get this solid oak chest of drawers for just $349.
Onward.
Who are you?
I'm a friend of the family.
In World War II, it was the terror of the seas, the U-96 U-boat. Bring the Wolf of the Deep back to life with this stunning model, complete in every detail, including command center, engine room, and torpedo tubes. Your magazine includes step-by-step instructions and builds to a definitive guide to the world of submarines. The U-96 U-boat, issue 1, only 50p. She was the world's fastest steam locomotive, a symbol of engineering genius. Mallard. Every week, follow our easy step-by-step instructions and build this highly detailed O-gauge model with replica original features and discover the age of steam in your magazine. Mallard. Issue 1, only 50p.
Exclusive TV and web offer for just an additional £20. This offer is only available when you order directly through Thane. So what are you waiting for? Call the number on screen to order your incredible H2O X5 for the amazing price of just £79.99 with free postage. You can even use our Easy Pay instalment plan. Plus, don't forget to ask about the Thane Smart Bundle to make your X5 even more versatile. Voted Product of the Year in the UK's largest ever independent survey on product innovation and endorsed by the Good Housekeeping Institute, the X5 is a clear winner.
And now you can choose your X5 in one of these exciting colours. The red, the green, or the white. Whichever colour you choose, you'll get the same dirt-busting action for use all around your home.
Pick up the phone now to order yours or visit thane.tv for details. The incredible H2O X5 in exciting new colours. Also available in-store at selected Robert Dyas, Ryman Stationers, The Range, Pound Stretcher, Argos, B&Q and Tesco stores nationwide.
The X5 is way more than just a multi-surface floor steamer. You've seen me use it as a mop on tile floors and wood floors. You've seen me use it on carpet using the glider, taking stains out of carpet. In the bathroom and in the kitchen, you can use all the attachments. You're cleaning with steam at 230 degrees. It also works as a great window, glass and mirror steamer. And it even has a garment and upholstery attachment. If you're thinking about getting a steamer, make the X5 an asset to your cleaning collection. Wall to wall, floor to ceiling, it'll clean every single surface in your home. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and here's how to get yours.
It's time for the award-winning X5, the 5-in-1 steam cleaning machine that cleans and deodorizes every surface in your home. The steamer that's lightweight, powerful, easy to use and features continuous variable steam. The X5 works on every surface and cleans using superheated water. First, it's a powerful floor steamer that heats up in seconds, blasting away dirt, grease and grime on every surface. Let the steam loosen the grease and grime and let the microfiber trap it and clean it up. 1,300 watts of power creates steam to penetrate deep into the nooks and crannies. The superheated steam loosens the dirt while the microfiber pad locks it in, cleaning and polishing at the same time. And while the X5 makes it easy to clean the stains you can see, it also helps with the ones you can't. The X5 cleans at 230 degrees Fahrenheit with dirt-grabbing microfiber, so it cleans and deodorizes without chemicals. You'll also receive the bonus carpet glider. In seconds, convert your X5 steam mop into a carpet steamer and cleaner. Watch as it effortlessly steams away this stain and breathes life back into old carpet. But that's not all. Your X5 turns into an amazing handheld steamer. We'll also send you the jet nozzle with attachable nylon and wire brushes at no additional charge. Blast away stubborn stains in the kitchen or bathroom, or use the brush nozzle to give you extra scrubbing power for the really tough stuff. But there's more. We'll even include the extension hose with super absorbent dusting and polishing wand. Use it on blinds, banisters, blades and more. It even cleans and polishes stainless steel. It's yours as an extra too. But we're still not done. You'll also receive the window cleaning tool with squeegee and 2 cloth attachments, the super absorbent cloth to clean shower doors and mirrors for a streak-free shine, and the microfiber cloth for garments and upholstery. Use it to take wrinkles out of clothes, steam draperies and help break down unpleasant odors. All these great attachments are included at no extra charge. Don't just clean it, steam clean it. Certified lab tests show the X5 kills up to 99% of Salmonella and E. coli with no chemicals, so it's safe around pets and children. In the UK's largest ever independent survey on product innovation, the X5 was voted Product of the Year. And when the Good Housekeeping Institute tested steam mops, the X5 also earned their prestigious endorsement. You get it all for just £79.99 with free postage. But wait, upgrade your X5 to include the unbelievable Thane Smart Bundle. It comes with the red, blue and green nylon brushes. Keep one for the kitchen, one for the bathroom and one for the toilet. The Cradle for extra portability and hands-free cleaning. A special X5 scent for extra freshness and fragrance. A descaler to combat the effects of limescale. A super absorbent cloth for intense cleaning. 2 microfiber cloths with safe scrub strips for deep cleaning without damaging. And our handy storage bag to keep everything together. Altogether, this is an over £50 value, but can be yours in this exclusive TV and web offer for just an additional £20. This offer is only available when you order directly through Thane. So what are you waiting for? Call the number on screen to order your incredible H2O X5 for the amazing price of just £79.99 with free postage. You can even use our Easy Pay instalment plan. Plus, don't forget to ask about the Thane Smart Bundle to make your X5 even more versatile. Voted Product of the Year in the UK's largest ever independent survey on product innovation and endorsed by the Good Housekeeping Institute, the X5 is a clear winner.
And now you can choose your X5 in one of these exciting colours. The red, the green, or the white. Whichever colour you choose, you'll get the same dirt-busting action for use all around your home.
Pick up the phone now to order yours or visit thane.tv for details. The incredible H2O X5 in exciting new colours. Also available in-store at selected Robert Dyers.